Hey, Wrestleheads, I'm Chuck Jones.
I'm Randy Jackson.
Dude, what a fucking week we just had, right? Like, I mean, you know, we sit here, we do this wrestling show and stuff, and then we also talk about social issues and stuff like that, but just to sit back, just take a deep breath for a second. What a week we just had, man. The juice got let loose. They let him out, even though he still got to stay in there for like 3 more months.
Which is some of the dumbest shit I ever fucking heard. Like, you sit here and think about it like, okay, you got paroled. Shouldn't he be getting out like this week?
I would have thought.
I would figure this week.
I would have thought he'd been out tomorrow. Like, hey, you know, we got to process you a couple more days.
But we all know what that's about. That's about keeping him in there for another crime that he was acquitted of. But I guess cops can murder innocent people no matter what color, get off, and then nobody said nothing. What?
Hold on.
What?
Can't kill white women, though. That makes police chiefs resign.
And that was crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
And they threw that cop under the bus because he was Somali. Anyway, we don't want to get too political. Sean Spicer's out of there. Safe travels. But you know, the week that we just had, man, went beyond wrestling. I mean, if you're a fan of Power, Ghost finally got out of jail. Thank God for that. I love your thickness.
All the free James St. Patrick. You were not supposed to say free Ghost. He's not Ghost. He's James St. Patrick.
Well, goddamn it, we know the nigga. He was over there selling red angel dust over there on the corner.
And then you had Breaker help him out. I mean, it was a great episode. It was a great episode. Check it out. It's on demand. Hey, I watch it in the morning.
So with an eventful day, an eventful week, we wrap it up with WWE Battleground, which is why we're really here. Now we're going to start paying the bills. The name of the game is professional wrestling. What we saw tonight was one of the greatest displays of a title defense of a champion who has to keep defending the championship not once, not twice, but this is the 3rd goddamn time that my man, the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, had to go in and defend that damn belt again. Before we get there, we're going to run it from the beginning.
Yes. I'm supposed to run this from
Go ahead and shoot it from the beginning. I only care about the end.
All right, they had a pre-show match where you had, what was that, Aiden English versus the Perfect 10.
How'd that work out? Ty Dillinger.
Aiden English pulled it out.
Did he really?
Eddie Guerrero's son-in-law.
It's good to see that man get a victory.
He's talented. The dude that actually can sing.
You know, and you know, we're gonna skim through this, but I do have to give you just a little side note on Aiden English. He was kind of dropped on his head when Simon Gotch got fired. I mean, Simon Gotch acting on his own, whatever the fuck he was doing, got his ass fired. And that kind of left a guy like Aiden English that was technically on a tag team that was failing on SmackDown to begin with in a tough situation.
See, the bad thing about that, if you think about it, Aiden English, you ain't heard no problems of. Everybody respect him. Good worker, solid worker. Plus, it's the stuff that we don't talk about, him being Eddie Guerrero's son-in-law, married to his daughter. And I mean, he busts his ass, but then you got your partner, who was good also, but he rubbed people out the wrong way. And I remember he got his ass whipped a couple times last time.
He got into some fights, right? Yeah.
Callisto mopped him up. I don't know why they keep messing with that Callisto. I mean, not Callisto, Sin Cara. The second one, not the first one. First one, been gone. Yeah. He went back to where he was from.
Didn't work out.
I think he went back to Mexico.
But the second one that used to come out on that, wearing that wife beater and them dickies and riding that bicycle.
Unico.
Yeah.
Unico.
That motherfucker, he's a great Sin Cara.
He's a fighting Sin Cara.
But nonetheless, I'm glad he picked up the victory. I'm glad he's relevant. He's keeping himself going. Because Tuesday I had just seen him singing on the Fandango Miami Vice tour and stuff. You know, the situation is this though. I was just, you know, Ty Dillinger, right? This is the second loss here for this guy. And he has such great fanfare too. Now, we've revisited this idea before, and we're going to revisit it again. Is it possible that the WWE called up too many motherfuckers at one time?
No.
It's too hard to push everybody. you have to have losers with these winners, right? But you can't keep having these guys with great fanfare lose. But then, where do you put them so they can win?
See, and you notice, like I said before, they need a TV title. I said the same thing for NXT. Because I think NXT is another prime example where it places it's a traffic jam. Where it's either the top, and then there's everybody else. So like right now, you look at NXT, the two top motherfuckers right now, it's Drew McIntyre, Bobby Roode. And then everybody else falls under. And plus they got new people coming in there. Most likely I'm thinking Adam Cole will start at the pay-per-view, and it's going to go from there. It's the same thing on SmackDown. You got your Jinder Mahal, who's on top of the food chain right now. Then you got Kevin Owens. Then you got the women's champion. Then you got the tag champion, who's the New Day now. And then it's everybody else. Unless you already a big established star already, then it's like look at somebody like Charlotte. Charlotte can take L's. Charlotte can do all this stuff because she's a 5-time women's champion and the Divas title. So she's good. Some of them people, like she's the women's John Cena right now. She's good, but just better technically. And some people like Ty Dillinger, they need this third every title to keep them relevant. You know, because they only got 2 hours. See, that's the bad thing about them having 2 hours. Because they only can cram so much into 2 hours. Basically an hour 30. So
Yeah.
You got that out the way. Sad thing for Ty Dillinger, just tell him to keep trying. Getting to the beginning of this pay-per-view, you had the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, which you had the challengers, the New Day, versus the Usos. Barn burner of a match. It was a great match to start off the pay-per-view. You had moves, counter moves, people hit their finishers. Then ended up the New Day. They had to hit a move, and then what's his name? Mr. with Paige.
Mr. with Paige.
Yeah, the one who was banging Paige.
Brad Maddox?
No, not B. Maddox.
Oh,
Xavier Woods. There you go. Mr.
They was all fucking her, so I mean,
Jesus Christ.
You had to excuse me, but I saw the tape.
I think everybody in America seen the tape. So
all right, so I'm just gonna pick up where Randy left off at with this. What made this victory so impressive for the now 3-time tag team champions, the New Day, they did it without their most powerful member. Big E was outside coaching on Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. The Usos is a monster fucking tag team. One of the best tag teams of this generation. It really is, this era.
That heel turn, it did a lot.
Yeah.
It did a lot.
And those guys, when they get in the ring together, they work so well. Whether it's on the mic, in the ring, wrestling, whatever. So they gave it to the New Day tonight. They gave it to the Usos last month. Rubber match is coming at SummerSlam. But I gotta tell you,
to the Usos.
But I gotta tell you, what made it so impressive was Big E wasn't even in this match. And Xavier Woods had his coming out.
I was gonna say
more than just that Paige tape.
God.
Oh, you know Paige was riding. You know Paige was riding that motherfucker like a school bus.
Oh my God. Okay. Look, the point what I'm trying to say is this: Xavier Woods, that was Xavier Woods' best match, being a part of the tag team. Oh yeah, and fun history fact: that's the first time he took the championship pin to win the title.
Good for him. And this thing, he was wearing the red, white, and blue, and he was actually successful tonight.
Yeah, because he used to wear that in TNA.
Consequences Creed. And they gave him no respect over there.
I don't know what the hell. I know his name is Austin Creed, his real name, but Jesus Christ, man.
A brother named Austin. Again, these are the treasures in life that you have to really just celebrate when you see them. Go ahead and roll on. Brother.
All right, the next match was, as I can hear the music in there, it's on again, the replay, was Nakamura versus Baron Corbin. It was a good, hard-hitting match.
You know, you gotta love JBL calling this match. He must have called these guys two of the best strikers in WWE history. And I'm thinking, okay, I can see you calling Nakamura a striker, but Corbin is just a muscle up, beat the crap out of you strike. Like, I can see why you can validate him by calling him a striker because he's a former Gold Glove champion.
3 times.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a tough one. And tonight, you can tell what I like about this is you see the seasoned veteran with Nakamura, and then you see this tough up and coming wrestler Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin following Nakamura, following him, listening to him. Their conversation in the ring tonight was great. I mean, there was a couple of times where Corbin got lost, and you can tell because he held on to Nakamura a little bit longer, trying to get that next instruction for that next sequence. They did a great job. There was no outcome. Corbin technically lost by disqualification.
He kicked in the nether regions.
So you know they're going to have another match. But now, I would just say because Corbin's got that briefcase, we got this theory going on the show. We'll see what happens on Tuesday as far as the next opponent in the World Heavyweight Championship match. But you got to think that if they decide to pick a fan favorite like John Cena, you got to expect Corbin to come in at SummerSlam and cash that briefcase.
I don't know if they would go with Cena. I think...
Well, because, I mean, you look at the upper echelons. You know what? Let's have this conversation after we go through the whole thing.
Go ahead.
Because that way, it makes no sense right now. And folks, we ain't even said who won these next matches.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nakamura got kicked in the nuts, you know. But then Corbin also came back and hit him with the finisher, though.
In the days.
I mean, he came back and submitted what he was doing in there.
Yeah. He's the big heel right now, so he's doing his thing. Next was a fatal five-way elimination match to be the #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship and getting a free ticket to SummerSlam.
Against Naomi, feeling the glow.
Yes.
Naomi was ringside for this match. She was beautiful as ever.
So in this match,
that ring gear is just...
You had Queen Charlotte, you had Natalya, you had Lana, you had Tamina, and you had Becky Lynch.
And you had Tamina.
I said
I'm going to say Tamina again. And let me tell you why I'm saying Tamina again. Because as ridiculous as it was of her being the first one eliminated, she was the one in there doing all the goddamn work.
Yeah, she was working.
She worked every single wrestler in there twice. She got her offensive move on all 5, and then she took their moves all 5.
You can tell she's back to being used to working. Because now it's starting to look seamless now. Like before, when she first came back, it was looking clunky. Because you can tell she probably didn't work as hard, as much. Now you can tell she's been working behind the scenes.
Absolutely. So, and I'm going to tell you this. Okay, Natalya won the match. Congratulations to her. As you said, as it's true, she's long overdue. Hey, I got no
qualms.
Yeah, you know, I got no objections to it. But in the future, folks, Tamina's going to have to touch that belt at least once. Before she hangs it up, and I mean, she's getting close to 40. I mean, she's got to be able to say that she's got to be able to say that she won that belt at least once. What more do you need her to do? I understand she plays the role of the muscle. She's the goon. She's the one that you send in to beat up the one with the personality to come win the belt. That's what they're trying to do with her and Lana. I get it. But respectively, I would like to see her win it at least one time. But I'm not gonna fuck up Natty's moment. Congratulations to her. You know, she did just beat Charlotte one-on-one with no interruptions on SmackDown. So her winning the night and pinning Charlotte again, that's amazing, dude. Like, it really is. And I don't know. I don't know if Naomi's going to make it past Natalya. But Carmella's fucking lingering with that briefcase.
You just want somebody cash up. You keep talking about the briefcase.
I'm being honest, though. Because, like, I love what Naomi's done with her character. I love the fact that she redesigned herself to be like a one-person rave. It's getting over. It's great. What she did to the belt is fantastic. Her body's phenomenal. I mean, it's just...
That's the main.
Yeah, she's the main event. Uso, you the real MVP. You know. But anyway, all that aside, she's actually been like she's holding the championship at a high level, and I respect that. You called it from a long time ago. You said this was in her from a long time ago, so it's no fucking secret to us.
I was trying to preach it. Then our former co-host, Amar, sat there and talked shit. Sat here and talked shit. He sat here and talked shit about it the whole time. And I tried to tell him, like, dude, she got talent. Like, she's athletic. When she learned to slow down, because I think sometimes people are so fast, and how she able to just so fast. Like she can hit the moves, and I think the turning point with her is like for me, when Charlotte came over, I liked their match. It's like Charlotte can keep up with her. You got somebody that can go hold for hold and move for move that can actually flow with her. When you get somebody like that, I think it always works, and it's helping her. And I'm glad that she got this because most likely this probably gonna be her last reign. I can see this as being it, and she's a 2-time women's champion, so she's gonna be good forever now because she done had 2 reigns, and I like to see that. And now that you got her versus Natty, that's intriguing because if I would like to see Natty have it give her a week or 2. I'm like she done earned it longer. If I wouldn't mind seeing these briefcases get cashed at Survivor Series because I want to see Survivor Series highlighted as the great pay-per-view as it used to be. That was my favorite pay-per-view as a kid. It wasn't even WrestleMania. It wasn't Royal Rumble. It was Survivor Series because you got to see all the people you would never see have to work together. You know?
Yeah.
And you never see that. And that's what made it so great. Like, you see the stuff at WrestleMania, this person go against this person. The Survivor Series was the heels and the faces got mushed together. So it was a great combination.
And you know my thing with Naomi is when she won the championship, you see this extra level of maturity that just instantly added to
She
her.
been there almost. That's another one been there almost 10 years.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying though. Like you see the maturity though. You see the authority level. You can tell that she was just waiting to be champ because she totally turned it up.
You see her. It's her. Who's the best?
And that ass is always going to be the main event.
Her, Alicia Fox. I think Alicia Fox been there like 10, 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Natalya is under them. And then there's everybody else because I don't count the Bellas because the Bellas was there for a little while and they shook for like a year or 2.
Yeah.
And then they came back. Yeah, and then they barely wrestled nowadays.
And then that Brie Bella talking about coming back. I don't know why. But, let's not get sidetracked. Go ahead and keep rolling through.
Mode. My ass. Anyway.
Everybody knows I was just a code for her being drunk at the club. That's what the original thing was.
Next. Kevin Owens won against AJ Styles for the WWE United States Championship.
And this match was quite controversial because, Kevin Owens, the face of America, and, against AJ, consummate professional. They worked hard. They ran through each other. I mean, I didn't expect anything less from these guys. But the funny thing is, the referee goes knocked out at the end, and Kevin Owens picks up the pin on AJ, but that right shoulder never touched the ground. So then the question is, now what are you going to do with that? I like these 2 wrestlers, but I'm tired of seeing them go against each other. I do have a low tension span, so that may be a personal problem. However, SummerSlam, I want to see these guys going against someone else. We're supposed to get that Nakamura AJ Styles at SummerSlam. How are you going to make that work with Nakamura opening this chapter with Corbin now, and then you still got AJ going back and forth with Kevin Owens over the United States Championship? It's going to be interesting to see, but Kevin Owens walked away with that belt tonight. Whether it was rightfully so or not, they'll figure that shit out on Tuesday.
He's a 3-time. I mean, you think about Kevin Owens, it's just like he went over on a great segment talking smack. That dude is a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, former Universal, which is equivalent to heavyweight champion.
And technically the longest running Universal champion.
Yeah, and a 3-time United States champion. He's been up on the main roster for 2 years almost. I think it's coming up on 2 years.
I think it's longer.
And the NXT, and he was NXT champion. I'm like, he didn't make an impact in a short amount of time. And you remember his first big match, he beat John Cena. Yeah. I'm like, he didn't have a great career. Like, if he had to retire for some reason right now, that's Hall of Fame stats right there.
So he definitely he's the United States champion. He regains his status as being the face of America.
Face of America.
So we'll see how they work that out on Tuesday as well. And speaking of John Cena,
I don't think that was next, but
wasn't that the next match?
Oh shit.
I believe it was.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I'm lighting his ass up over here.
Jesus.
On the 4th of July. I don't mean to do it.
Let me that damn fan to oscillate like this way. See, this is why you keep the fan on the talent. Yeah. Because then that'll push that shit.
Saving his life.
So, you had a hard-hitting match. Johnny Cena versus Rusev. I said from the point, like, what's the hell? Why would John
Damn.
They did win. Why would John Cena have to win this match? I still don't understand. He beat Rusev. Big surprise, everybody. What did he get out of it? And I'm like, this is where John Cena should have said, like, you know what? I should give this one to Rusev. Like, because right now, John Cena win these matches, it don't matter. That helps Rusev. Rusev just came back. He got to take the L of John Cena.
That was a rough L.
BS. That's BS.
And that was a rough L to take because
he
caught the
table.
F5 off the platform through the two tables. I mean, damn, you know, it's just one of those things where I was just like, I didn't expect Rusev to lose like that either. You know, like I really felt like you know, Rusev should have won the match also.
That's another underappreciated talent. I've been saying it for years.
He's been getting passed over a lot.
Rusev is ready to go. I'm sorry. He's better than the modern day Maharaja. Can't wipe his ass on a Tuesday.
The champ's still the champ.
He can't. And I'm like, you got somebody that has the personality, the skills, in ring presence. Rusev checks all the fucking boxes. All of them.
Hey, he finally separated from his wife, so he might get that push.
He ain't gonna get that push. Shit. They still mad about them talking about they was married, man. WWE holds grudges. So, John Cena won, put him through a table. Whoop-de-doo. Big surprise. Next, you had the Breezango files, and they was talking to Extension in the back. I thought we was gonna find out who been tearing up their office, but apparently we still ain't gonna find out. We find out it wasn't the Extension. Big surprise. We already knew that. And
they were all seeing Eddie Money.
Yeah, two tickets to paradise, and then somebody else came there.
That was a great song.
Somebody else came in there, cold cock Tyler Breeze, and then somebody pimp slap Fandango, and then next thing you know they dragged him away. It looked like one of them penitentiary movies, which wasn't a good thing.
You're not yourself when you're hungry. Eat a Snickers.
Oh jeez, you gotta let that go, man.
I'll never.
So that was the end of that. The next, you had Sami Zayn versus Mike Kanellis, Jesus Christ, aka Mike Bennett for all you wrestling fans knowing from New Japan, TNA, and Ring of Honor.
Next.
Sami Zayn won.
Next.
A little kick, bam. Good night, Mike Bennett.
The match was terrible. I mean, like it's just.
It wasn't terrible.
It was terrible. They did not do shit to each other.
Yeah.
All they did was punch each other, kick each other, and that was it. I get it. They probably didn't want to turn it up. They probably didn't want to pull out all the stops because they realized they were in the role. They were in the role of the calm down match.
Yeah.
The get you ready match.
Because
for the main event.
Both of them got skills to turn it up. And the thing about it is, when you in that spot, it's a shitty spot.
Because you can't wrestle too hard.
Nope. Because then you
can't outstage the main event.
Exactly. You can't outstage. Which was next? The Punjabi pajama match. The Punjabi prison match. You got Randy Orton.
Third annual.
You got Randy Orton versus. I was gonna say the Great Khali, but no. It was versus the Maharaja, or the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, with the crew, with the Singh boys. I'll let you take this because you're.
Let me tell you something, man. You know, it's one of those magical times in wrestling where you get to see a heel be a heel.
You said magical.
You know, you get to see a time where you knew damn well the champ is not matched up with the competitor. He's not matched up with the challenger. Tonight, he used this because he showed you from the beginning that he picked the Punjabi prison match for a reason. Now, this wasn't your average ordinary match. I had never seen it before because I didn't catch the first two. I don't know what I was doing, but I didn't catch them. So this was the first one I actually got to watch. Him and Orton, they got this shit together. They work all right, you know. They work pretty good together. And you know, I'm going to just say Jinder Mahal won the match thanks to the Great Khali.
The returning Great Khali.
Yeah, who some said couldn't walk anymore.
That was me. And he still looked like...
The motherfucker not only walked down there, but he climbed the match.
Like
he helped Mahal win, and he fucking took the belt from him and raised it up.
It looked like
I don't give a fuck what you gotta do. I've been on record here saying this shit. Whatever you gotta fucking do to win. Whatever you gotta do to keep the belt. Whatever you gotta do to keep this thing going. Jinder Mahal did that shit. He won the belt. He's still the champion. He is the modern day Maharaja. He is the fucking WWE champion. And let me tell you something else. For those of you who fucking slurp Randy Orton. Okay? The motherfucker done had 3 damn matches. There shouldn't be any more after this. There really shouldn't. I don't give a fuck who was in there helping him. The shit's over, okay? We have to accept the fact that Jinder Mahal, and I give Randy Orton all this credit, he put his ass over 3 months in a row. Now let them go. I don't expect Jinder Mahal to keep it past SummerSlam, but the fact is he's taking it to SummerSlam. And I love that. I love that. Because he gets to be a traditional heel. Someone that you, every time you think he was beaten, every time you thought he was beat, he came back and won the belt. And you can't say he don't look like a champion. He looks like a champion. This guy can talk it, sell it, walk it, whatever you need. And the fact that he keeps on winning these matches, the sleazy, slimery way, whatever the fuck you want to call it, he's still the champ. He still deserves the respect. I didn't like the fact that he came out first, but it's Randy Orton. You're going to come out first. But he walked out first also with the fucking belt. And kudos to him, and kudos to his post-match interview on Talking Smack. This guy stays in character. This guy fucking respects the role that he's in. You know? He's taking it seriously. Day in and day out with the diet, the empty stomach fucking workouts. I read up on this son of a bitch. This motherfucker really loves what he's doing. And he takes this shit seriously. You know, I remember seeing Jinder Mahal on Total Divas when that bitch Eva Marie was out there fucking up the goddamn announcements. And I thought it was just a part of the show when Mahal got in her ass and said, spell my motherfucking name right. At the time, we came out here to this table, and I said, Mahal's taking this shit a little bit too seriously. Oh, you ain't going nowhere past the pre-show. I remember saying that. And now here I stand at this table giving good praise to the Maharaja for all the hard work to get there and to also sustain the success. If he loses after SummerSlam, he's a Hall of Famer. Period. Them fucking Indians are going nuts over there. Fucking 1.3 million or some shit.
I think it's like billion.
Right. I don't know if it's really that many fucking people over there. But
it probably is.
But I'm gonna just say, you know what? I'm proud of him too. And I'm from the United States.
But see, it's
not only that. I'm almost done.
No, I'm gonna say he
And then
got Canada too. He's Canadian.
And then the shit with the WWE too. Why you got the crowd sitting ringside? Why the fuck the Germans sitting ringside when you know your fucking Indian champion is in the fucking main event? Why the fuck the Indians still back there next to the Asian Russian? Don't you think they should have been ringside calling this match? Their fucking boy was in the main event. Damn, WWE, what the fuck? If fucking Berlin was out there wrestling, then I can see why you got Germany sitting ringside. But why the fuck are they out there sitting ringside? Well, you got the 2 poonjabi niggas way the fuck up in the back. Come on, man. Get this shit together. At SummerSlam,
Okay.
the fucking Indian table needs to be fucking ringside.
Oh, okay.
Give the fucking Maharaja his respect.
Maybe this should have been in your kitchen, bitch. I don't know.
No, it's not a kitchen, bitch. I noticed it, and I said, does that make any sense? Nobody from Germany is out there wrestling right now. You got the Indian guys way in the back. Put them out there in the front. That's their man. That's their guy. That's their champion, who is our champion, because he is a world champion. They should have fucking been sitting ringside, and they should have been cutting to them a lot more. Get that shit straight, man. This might be his next title defense. Might be his last one, going into SummerSlam.
Okay.
And I want to see the Maharaja go out with a bang. But I was proud to see that boy.
Damn violins.
No,
Because we didn't have like 5 minutes of
I was proud to see that guy hold on to the
I
belt.
thought fucking Nakamura was out here.
No, I'm gonna tell you the
Goddamn
truth though.
violins.
I love the fact that this man keeps winning, because usually when you a wrestler and you go against Orton, it's almost guaranteed you gonna lose.
We got it. He won.
I'm so glad he won.
I can tell. You're really excited. You're attacking everybody.
So now here's the thing, right? That was Battleground. So it's over. So in 4 weeks, it's SummerSlam. So a lot of questions got to be answered on SmackDown.
Who's the next #1 contender?
Exactly. It's a tough.
The only thing we know right now, most likely.
I'm thinking John Cena. Because John Cena's the only top superstar on SmackDown that's not tied into a storyline.
And they just did this flag match between him and Russo. So it can all tie. It probably can all tie him to that.
Well, see, that's the thing though. Is like John Cena's the only top guy I see on SmackDown that's not tied down right now. Because technically, Nakamura and Corbin are still tied to each other. Owens and AJ Styles are still tied to each other. Dolph Ziggler, we don't know where the fuck Dolph Ziggler's at. So,
Got a beard.
So the next thing is Cena, man.
So I mean, pretty much everything else. Let's get a quick Raw recap.
Let me just tell you, Monday Night motherfucking Raw. All right. Now, they had this one-on-one match with Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns. You know, the rest of the show is cool too, and we'll get to it later. But the most important thing about Monday Night Raw is this red-hot storyline surrounding the Universal Championship. The champion is still Brock Lesnar. However, Roman Reigns is on a roll. He's just bulldozing everyone in his way. He went against Samoa Joe. I mean, these guys.
They took it to each other.
They talk so much shit in a good way to each other. And then they get in there and they just dial it up. And then bang, boom, pow, like we said on the last show, fucking Braun Strowman enters the match. Lays them both out. He left them both laying. So what we're hoping for tomorrow on Raw is that announcement that Brock Lesnar is going to defend against all three. Fatal 4-way match. Has to be that way.
Yeah, I think that
and you got to let Brock's got to drop. They got these rumors with him going to UFC or whatever.
You can talk about that.
Yeah.
Because it all over.
He's got to drop. It's just
talk about he wants to go back to UFC. Hey, let him go back. He's 40. Let's see how it turns out.
Let me tell you something. I like Brock Lesnar. I do. But not even Brock Lesnar, not even The Undertaker, not even fucking Bernard King is as hot as Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman right now. They are just the hottest three dudes in the business right now. Yeah. Nobody on SmackDown hotter than them right now. I can say that with a straight face. These are the top three right now. And if he cannot walk out of there with that belt and say that he beat all three of them, because that really would just that would kill everything.
This is a big opportunity.
I think all three of them are gonna fuck him up.
They should.
If you ask me, I think that's what they're gonna end up doing. They're gonna do that fucking we come every day type shit, and they probably gonna they're gonna destroy Brock.
You see, young
Roman
already started
and start destroying each other. I think they're gonna have to. So, dude, and I said this on the last fucking show, and I'm gonna say it again. You put those four together, that's the last match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That's it.
Unless SmackDown come up with some colossal.
I'm sorry. Even AJ Styles versus Nakamura don't go after that match.
Yeah.
That match right there, just because, like I said, three of those four guys are the three reddest, hottest wrestlers running right now.
You know, and with that,
they are.
Like I said before, what I would do with that, I'll put it on Samoa Joe, and then you have you have it on Survivor Series. You have Braun, take it off of at Survivor Series.
Whatever they do, the way it is with these guys right now,
you keep Roman to the in it, but not on it, and you wait for him, and then he gets his fourth reign at WrestleMania.
Or you never know, because they might just give Braun the Royal Rumble.
Nah.
You don't think as hard as he works that he don't deserve to catch that moment at Mania?
No, not yet. It's still early.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, I'm saying put it on him, but I'm not saying not giving the Royal Rumble and all that. No. I say this: if Brock Lesnar come back around, you have Lesnar come back and beat him. Then you have that fucking Lesnar versus Reigns Part 2 at WrestleMania,
which is what they want. They want to gear it that way.
And everybody should be happy because then Roman Reigns be out the way, but they be talking about the Universal title. Hey, I'm sorry, you need it on the champion that's gonna be there. So they shouldn't cry.
My thing is that match is gonna be.
It's gonna be hard hitting. And
everything they do is fucking leaves you on the edge of your seat nowadays.
And the thing about it, Vince, they need to have that conversation with Brock Lesnar. You taking shit now. It's no more you running through everybody like that.
Well, I mean, you saw it in the Samoa Joe match. I don't think he's going through everybody.
No, I'm talking about nobody no more. I'm like, he can hit him hard and have a hard ass match. There's no problem with that. But you mowing people down like how he was, them days are over. And you working with people. This ain't gonna be no Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. You don't respect them. I'm like, right now, Roman Reigns is bigger than you in this business right now.
But my
you don't come at him like that.
My question is this. How would you be able to pull that off anyway?
You
in a match with
goddamn
Roman Reigns
you tell him
and Samoa
what the
Joe.
fuck to do.
I don't think you're walking in there telling all three of them motherfuckers like, I'm just gonna do all you got.
No, because he gonna try to pull rank. And I'm like, what he gotta realize is this.
I don't think
when
we're
he
gonna
went
have
against
a problem with it.
when he went against Roman Reigns, and that was the what was it WrestleMania 30? Was it 30, 31?
Yeah, it was 30.
Yeah. That Roman Reigns in rank to this Roman Reigns now is two completely different Roman Reigns.
Well, that's the story they're gonna sell.
No,
that's the story they're gonna sell. Is
about
that I took the L, which technically went to Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
I took the L. I went back. I honed my craft. I perfected it. I ended the Undertaker's career.
See,
I became on a different level.
He's a small and badass. But the thing about it is,
so now I come back to you, not that kid anymore.
That's
the story they're gonna sell. That's the story they're gonna sell.
I want Brock to work with him. I don't want that like we heard about it like him. If you notice, like him, all three members of the Shield, basically, Brock Lesnar didn't want to work with him. It's just I'm gonna go in here, beat your ass, and you take it, and that's it. And you get limited offense.
Right, but I think that that day ended.
And I'm like, technically, all three of them, you can't pull that on all three of them no more.
That day ended the moment he ended the Undertaker's career. That was it. That was when the fucking golden doors opened. That's when the royal toilet flushed. That's when Roman Reigns
went to the title reigns. That ended. He didn't even have to put the Undertaker on the thing.
That's when Roman Reigns went to the next level. Because once he defeated the Undertaker and the Undertaker gave him the nod, that's when you get your Brock Lesnar's that go, hey boss, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Because you even said yourself in here, Brock Lesnar praised the Undertaker on everything he did. So for him to see that, oh yeah. They're all selling Roman Reigns as the guy that's sending all these motherfuckers home. And you're probably going to get your wish too. You're probably going to send Cena home. I think so.
He should.
He probably is. He's going to send Brock home. He's going to send Cena home.
He should.
I think so.
And then what's that with Raw? The only thing I seen was the Revival pick up the win on the Hardys.
Yeah, so which they moved them away from the tag team title picture because now it's going to be what Sheamus and Cesaro going against.
And shit, did anything else happen? I think that was the most monumental shit.
I mean, pretty much that's pretty much what's going on.
And I mean, you got the women's stuff right now.
Yeah.
Where you got basically they got Nia Jackson.
I believe Bailey and Sasha are going to go head up tomorrow.
It'll be the number one contender.
Yeah, they're going head up tomorrow to see
I'm willing to bet it's probably Sasha Banks is going to win that. I think Bailey's ascension to the top is over. Yeah. So I think she's in the shit house. So it was
good to see her back on TV though.
Yeah, I'm like she got fanfare just
But again, like I said about Tamina earlier. I have to say the same thing about Nia Jax. You can't keep these women down for too long.
But see, that's the only thing. But Nia Jax been a freaking hurricane since she came up, and that's the difference. Like
she keep getting her.
And I'm sorry, I was like she was green, but I said this ain't the first time I said it. Her Jesus Christ, you gotta stop drinking. Look,
it ain't gonna do with drinking.
Bullshit, that dude. Now
I think it was that Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go die. Anyway.
I did. I had some Dr. Thunder, which you are experienced.
Okay. The point what I'm trying to say right now is this. You got Nia Jax
Thursday night.
when she sat there and had her pinnacle at WrestleMania. And she worked her ass off. And then let alone that elimination match.
Dude, when she went through that gauntlet match.
Yeah, I was gonna say that elimination gauntlet. When she went against,
she ran through everybody,
and then get to Sasha Banks,
and to be the big girl and still have win at the end of that.
She's in shape. You see that, but and then go to Sasha Banks and Sasha Banks beat her like that.
That was stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
But nonetheless,
nobody like that. So that'll be next. Now getting into
what? And Kurt Angle has a son that's black.
Oh yeah, forgot.
Yeah, buddy.
I almost forgot about that.
Jason Jordan, one half of the former American Alpha,
I don't know why they
came out that it's Kurt Angle's son. So now he's in this monster storyline.
I think it would have been better if they would have kept them together and had him being the son, because it would have took heat off the storyline. Like, he brought his son, but it's a tag team over here.
I don't know what they're gonna do with that now.
He's gonna get a push.
He's gonna get a push
just to be Jason Angle. That's what he gonna be.
He's gonna get a push, but there's no room for you on Raw, son.
That's a lot of pressure.
I can see Chad Gable going hard in a singles capacity.
They both good. It's just Gable got more of a personality.
I can see Gable whooping Neville's ass. If they want to go that way and put him on the 205.
See, he ain't going over there. He's gonna be on SmackDown.
He'll go over there if the shit gets right.
Nah. He's gonna get a push too. I think they both gonna get pushes, and then it's gonna be like that compare and contrast and see who does better. So
we'll see.
Congratulations to Kurt Angle. You know,
finally, Corey Graves can sit his ass down at that table.
Man, he's acting like a fake ass Columbo. Fucking, not just yet. I got something else.
Hey, he was Matlock on fuck
shit
when he exposed what's his name. Oh, it came out Ben Matlock and shit.
Goddamn Barnaby Jones and shit.
Oh man. R.I.P. Buddy Epson and Andy Griffith.
Shit, they
fuck. They're all dead.
Peter Falk go.
Perry Mason, my nigga.
He gone. Everybody gone. There's caskets everywhere.
Raymond Burr, man, Ironside.
Yeah, but anyway. So.
Sorry, trip down memory lane.
Yeah. And in NXT, everything's going towards Brooklyn 3. NXT take over Brooklyn 3.
And fuck that Brooklyn bullshit. I mean, I'm just so sick of what the fuck is.
Let me get through it.
Why the fuck is the SummerSlam in Brooklyn still?
Because
it's like they just keep fucking LA like. You took the fucking Royal Rumble last year.
New York is New York, and LA is LA.
I don't know.
They have a brand new shiny stadium.
Nothing says summer like Los Angeles.
Okay, you tell that bum ass owner of the damn what's that the Rams, you know, you tell him to get his shit in order, and then they probably might have something there.
Fucking Raider Stadium's supposed to be up before
the damn Chargers playing at the damn soccer stadium.
Oh man, don't get me started.
I forgot what it's called. What's it called?
What is it?
StubHub Center.
StubHub Center. Yeah.
What, 30,000 people?
No, way less.
I think it's
around
about
30,000.
It's
supposed to be like 30,000. That's what they said.
Yeah.
15,000.
Yeah, but ain't a soccer field bigger than a football field?
Yeah.
No way.
No, because they be running around.
Believe me, it's not 30,000.
That's what they were saying. It was like 32,000.
Yeah.
That's what. No, the reason they said that is like the Chargers. If they can't fill a 15,000. So it's a very small complex. It's not huge.
The point of the story is, it's all horrible. Because I heard the stats where they said the NFL teams is gonna make over 50 million a piece for the 3 teams, moving the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Rams. So that's over 150 million for just letting 3 teams move around. That goes in the Bears' pockets, the 49ers' pockets. Well, the Raiders go get 100 million. I mean, that should help out y'all costs for moving. But, you know, other than that, you know, it's not bad.
Anyway.
I'm glad they having a stadium in LA, and I'm glad they're going to be in Vegas. And the Chargers moving here was just dumb. They should go back and talk to the people in San Diego. I don't know why they just didn't rehab Murphy.
Just refix Jack Murphy Stadium.
Was it Joe Murphy?
Jack Murphy.
Oh, no, you know what? I was thinking it might be Joe Robbie.
Joe Robbie.
Yeah.
No, it's Jack Murphy.
The Murph. All they had to do was fix that, keep the flags up there, make it
But you know what?
technological.
But you know what? That wasn't the Chargers' fault though. That was the city of San Diego not trying to help.
But you gotta put some money into it. Because I mean, hell, in Chicago, and that's the hardest thing. Like when the Bears redid their stadium, they had to go to the Park District, and them bastards cheap in Chicago.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry, they pull a Corey Gray.
Yeah, go pull a Corey Gray. And they the ones own the stadium. They kind of like own the White Sox stadium too, and you got to go through all of them to get the stuff, you know. But they got it done, and basically what they did was they kept the columns in Soldier Field, and they tore down the old stadium. So you kind of kept the outer structure a little bit, and rebuilt the stadium from within, which it was still a bad idea because Soldier Field used to put 80,000 plus, And this stadium is like the smallest one. I think they can get like 63,000, which was dumb. Like, why would you downgrade it like that? And we got a hardcore fan base. If we good, hell, you can get 50 or 40 in there if the team bad, like right now. If you good, you can get 80,000 in there easy. Because, I mean, hell, 80,000 go to motherfucking Michigan games at the big house in what's that, Lansing? Or, no, that's Lansing, that's where Michigan State at. Ann Arbor. There you go.
Ann Arbor.
Yeah. That's what I said. I don't understand that. So, I guess I'll start off news and notes then. Oh, no. Before I do that, talk about NXT. Right now, you got the number one contender, Drew McIntyre. It's going to be Drew McIntyre, as of right now. Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Roode for the NXT title. For the women, once again, it's Asuka versus Ember Moon. And I think Ember is going to take it. Huh? Who? Okay. So you got that going. Then I think the tag team, you probably can see the Austin Japan. I forgot who they're supposed to go against.
And that's another tag team that I'm worried about, by the way.
Them cats are hard.
They are, but I'm scared, man, because Ascension was hard down there too, and then they just came up and just.
No, they got Paul Ellering, and that's gonna take them home.
Man, I hope so.
Now, getting to the news and notes part of this show. First, former WWE champion negotiations to return is in talks with WWE and Global Force Wrestling, and that is Rey Mysterio. He's currently in negotiating talks. He's under contract with Lucha Underground through the end of season 3, which airs in September, and then he'll be a free agent, but has a 90-day non-complete clause. So I think, honestly, Rey Mysterio go to Lucha, not Lucha Underground, go to TNA or Global Force, whatever the hell they call themselves. I think it's good for him to wrap up his career. He don't need to come back to the WWE.
I don't think so either.
I think stuff is so past him. Like right now.
I think that he's already put his body through enough.
Yeah.
Go over there, hang with Conan, be a part of LAX.
Help them out. Because they need it over there.
Yep, go be a part of LAX, join Conan and Homicide, and help bring the young talent along.
They straight need it over in TNA.
Yeah.
Because you sit here and think about it. TNA is looking for, Global Force.
Honestly, Rey Mysterio should be getting that phone call soon, too. Once he stops competing, he should be getting that phone call. Go to Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
No, fuck that.
Yeah.
We just watched a table for 3 with the Godfather sitting at the table, and you're gonna go, oh yeah, the Rey Mysterio boy.
What is your obsession with the Godfather?
Because he ain't a real fucking Hall of Famer.
Rikishi ain't a real Hall of Famer.
You don't know the fuck he ain't.
The Godfather, let me tell you something. You know why the Godfather, I can give you 3 reasons why the Godfather is a Hall of Fame. First off, the Godfather's
runs a strip club in Vegas and probably served him up to the higher ups in WWE as he. He
didn't have to. They had their own supply. Now, first off, his gimmick alone, the Godfather, was way more over than Rikishi. His whole career, and that's included with Too Cool. Not done. Next,
I'm not comparing them.
He was a part of a legendary faction. Rikishi wasn't a part of a legendary faction. He was a side piece of a legendary tag team, if you want to call Too Cool legendary. But they did have a niche, and they was multiple time tag team champions. So hey, I can't say nothing about that. But he was a third wheel. 3. Godfather, Papa Shango, that carnation. He came in big time. Kama Mustafa, hey, he beat up the Ultimate Warrior. He had the Ultimate Warrior suffocating in that damn casket with Undertaker.
Don't forget about when he was the Supreme Fighting Machine dressed like Balrog from Street Fighter.
And $1 Million Man was his damn manager. 3, Hall of Fame.
Again, Rey Mysterio's the first ballot Hall of Fame.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm like,
you keep saying but you approve of the Godfather. Bro.
No, but he's still active. That's why. I like to have.
That guy is cruiserweight.
I like to have my Hall of. I get it. He got the numbers. See, and that's what I try to tell you with people with the numbers, and you want to. Not everybody's gonna be. You look at Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake wasn't the Intercontinental Champion. Jake the Snake wasn't the Tag Team Champion. Those are things the Godfather has. Godfather was a part of a big time faction. Jake the Snake don't have that either. But what made Jake the Snake a Hall of Famer was his character. The moveset. Hell, he invented one of the greatest moves of all time on an accident, the damn DDT. I have no problem with Jake. Jake, one of my personal favorites. But I'm just giving you that for an example. Now, moving on. What else we just talking about?
Enjoying that? I bumped that on the way out.
You bumped what?
Got you solid now, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we already talked about the Brock Lesnar stuff. Gail Kim, she gonna be going behind the scenes when she hang it up. I think this is her last year. She's gonna finish out the year.
Behind the scenes with TNA?
Yeah. I guess
That's cool.
help out with the women. Congratulations to her.
That's cool.
You know, even though this is gonna be my kitchen bitch, but we're gonna sit here dive in on it so you can understand where I'm coming from. Global Force Wrestling to take 10% of talent to percentage cut of talent's money. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that most of the talent has signed with Global Force Wrestling are forced to give the company 10% of their independent day money. First off, you wonder why. Because if they have to work independent, that tells me TNA is not paying them.
They're not supplying them with enough money to make it.
Exactly. So they have to go out and supplant the money that TNA is not giving them. And then TNA said, hey, you want to go out? I want 10% of that money. Yes, Jeff Jarrett and TNA is my kitchen, bitch. There ain't going to be no drama, no shit. You go hear it right now, ahead of time. I'm telling you who he is. Now, with that being said, also, talents will not receive a cut from any merchandise with their likeness. That is sold directly by Global Force Wrestling.
That's a shame.
That
Because you got to put a face with the product.
That is some
they should be entitled to
scandalous
something.
ass shit.
Like, you sign, when
You sign it. If you go over there, you signing your life with. I bet you Rey Mysterio don't sign that fucking contract.
well, because see, here's my thing.
I bet you Rey Mysterio.
If you're a
Here you go. Take it
if
back.
you're a company that's paying the talent very, 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 very
You want their money.
handsomely,
You want their money that they have to go out and bust
I
their ass
can
again.
understand you saying, okay, we'll keep 100% of what your merchandise sells if we're paying you really well. But they're not paying them really well.
How the hell you can ask me right for 100%?
And when they got to go out and make their own money, you want 10% of that. That's really one way to get no talent running through your goddamn
They
product.
said like that's like an agent's fee, right?
Yeah.
Just say like a pro sport agent or something like
So
that.
like if I go
That's
do
like their fee.
so if I go do a show for Ring of Honor for $1,500,
They want 10%.
I got to give them $150 for doing absolutely nothing. And what makes it so bad is, aren't they still doing their tapings all in 1 week?
They're going live.
When are they going to go live?
They're going live in a couple weeks.
Exactly. So they got all these tapings in.
That's what
So they got you working.
They're making
back-
the wrestlers pay for that.
I bet you they get away with that too.
They're making the wrestlers pay for them going live.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's fucked up, man.
That's the only reason they did that.
Okay.
That's all they could afford.
On a side note, a lot of people died this week. But the dad yesterday from Home Alone, John
Hurt.
You got the cat from Lincoln Park.
Chester Bennington killed himself.
Somebody else died this week too. It was an old cat.
The guy from.
Martin Landau, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another one. Too.
Martin Landau and George Romero.
Yeah.
This was last week, but it ties in.
It was what Sunday, last Sunday.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you had them four pass away this weekend.
And I can expect Lucha Underground to do something big for George Romero because
I mean,
he's one of the biggest influences of that El Rey network.
he's the zombie grandfather.
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember when he was
brought
on Call of Duty, it was
the-
legit.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He brought the
He looked like
Night of the
Ed
Living
Powers.
Dead back in the days. As I'm a big zombie fan, I love zombie movies. And he was the beginning of it. Back in the old days, the one from the 60s. And it's and Martin Landau was a great actor. I like that mob movie. He was a Joseph Bonanno. Yeah, it's all connected to the
He's very talented.
yeah, great. He won a Academy Award for Ed Wood. I remember that. And John Hurt.
That's not easy.
John Hurt was a good actor. Prison Break. He was on season Prison Break. Then they murked him.
He was that teacher that was fucking his students on 187.
Jesus Christ. And other movies like what's that? Deceive with Goldie Hawn and some other stuff.
That movie Gladiator.
He did a lot of
kid's
TV.
Dad who had that gambling
Person of
problem.
Interest. He did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Good actor.
Why am I picking all the bad ones?
I know you thinking all the horrible ones. Good actor. Sad to see him go. So I mean,
Wasn't he on the substitute too? The guy that kept farting because he was eating that oat bran.
I don't know. I think I had enough for farts today.
You're talking about John Hurt?
But
That may not
nonetheless,
have been
He was
it.
on The Sopranos.
but nonetheless,
Sopranos. There you go.
He was
Yeah.
a big one.
shit, everybody was on damn Sopranos.
Oh.
That was an opening door. That's almost like Empire is now.
Salvatore's pork store.
Yeah, that's almost like how Empire is. Oh yeah, Forrest Whitaker gonna be on Empire.
I love Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, he gonna be she's like mentor, help get to it back in the day. Anyway, so other news, you got Alberto Del Rio stepped down as president, come back as America, because it was the whole Page airport incident, and then also watch I could connect that. They said no charges was gonna be brought up. Del Rio, they did the research, and Page was the aggressor. And if you hear in the tapes, Del Rio was telling her like, "You're gonna get arrested. You need to stay away from me." She got drugs on her, you know. So, and then they was talking about they might charge Paige with assault. Even she threw a drink on Del Rio. Plus, it was a picture I put up, and people were doubting. The picture looked like her chest was sucked in. And then she put a new picture up today because people was talking about it. Everybody's talking about she might be on drugs, and she just said she had a bad bra. I was on.
I saw that picture. That looked really weird.
Yeah. You
She had tits on one side and no tits on the other.
Armando Alejandro Estrada said that he came up with the idea with Talking Smack in December 2001. Let's see. John Cena says
He was a good manager.
John Cena says he commented, "I wanted to be a free agent." He said, I know my days are numbered. I just turned 40 this April, and we have so many young, talented performers. I don't know how many years I got left. I don't think he got years. I think this is like the golden run right now. I think this is the final run.
It could be.
I truly think it is. And like I said before, I think he just hanging because he was talking so much shit about the part-timers, about people like The Rock, and he's just hanging in there. I think he's been wanting to be gone. Since he's been in these movies and he's starting to get bigger in the TV and everything, he don't want to be around. You see him, he was an HBO movie, that comedy spoof. I mean, he's doing a lot of stuff. He ain't got time for wrestling like that no more. That's why you starting to see him like, he come back for what, a month or two, and then he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone gonna come up, he gonna be gone for the rest of the year. He probably come back at Royal Rumble or something like that. You know, it's gonna be spot stuff.
Yeah.
He just didn't realize when he was sitting there talking that smack about everybody else. Brock Lesnar getting paid part-time, The Rock coming back part-time and leaving. He didn't ever think like, damn, that was gonna be me. Because John Cena was big, but he was never gonna be Rock big. But apparently he's slowly creeping down that street. So, you got that. Next thing you know, let's see, what was next? Stone Cold reacted to Jason Jordan being Kurt Angle's son. He said he likes it. They shooting a hell of an angle. So, let's see. Yesterday, happy birthday to Shawn Michaels, Fandango. Shawn Michaels turned 52. Old ass. Fandango was 36, and Tozawa, your favorite cruiserweight, turned 32. And 4 more people gone from Global Force Impact Wrestling. Madison Rayne, Magnus, Brandy Rose, which you know she's a fan of our page.
Really?
No, that's being sarcastic. No,
Oh.
she
She got mad at something Randy had put up,
yeah.
and she tried to call herself correcting him.
No, she tried to call herself checking me. I felt like that was more of a check. It wasn't correct. And like I told her on the page, I'm like, we have stuff, this page, this video, mature adults. Viewer discretion is advised. We have coarse language.
You don't like it, you can stay off the page.
Yeah. I mean, everything in life is a choice. Nobody told
It's that simple.
nobody told her to.
Really haven't seen you tear the house down in any wrestling
And
matches.
then everybody tried to defend
Just
her and
haven't.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I just haven't seen it.
I don't get why. Like,
You left that great ring announcing job for what?
she wanted to be with her husband.
Okay.
Hey, Cody made the right decision.
No, Cody made the right decision because Cody's a good pro wrestler.
And Matt Morgan. Everybody should know. I figured Matt Morgan was coming back. I figured he was coming back for short term. I knew he wasn't coming back for a while.
He had the belt. No.
Yeah.
When they
Alright,
should have
said,
gave him the belt, they did.
Let's see. You already talked about Brie Bella want to come back.
Go to that Fabulous Moolah story.
I'm heading there.
Yeah, because we didn't know. She held the belt for like 50 years. We didn't know what the fuck happened. Why is this shit being called the Mae Young Classic and not the Fabulous Moolah Classic?
On the Edgy Christian podcast, AJ
I personally
Styles,
like it.
he revealed that he pitched the idea for him and Nakamura to have a standoff at Money in the Bank
It
pay-per-view.
was beautiful.
And Vince went for it, and that's why you got what you got.
It was beautiful.
It was smart.
Because they're beyond me like
Seth Rollins said he wanted to comment on potential match of The Rock. He obviously busy these days doing some shows, making movies.
That'd be great.
Ballers come back on tonight.
Yeah.
And what's that other show?
I had HBO free this weekend, and I actually caught an episode of that Ballers.
It's a good show.
That's a good
great
show.
Ballers and Insecure with that is a chick from YouTube. Great show. Relationship, everything. They come right on after Ballers. Check it out. It's called Insecure.
Well, my HBO subscription expires tomorrow.
Yeah, I tell you to download the shit right now. So, wrestling rumors was the rumor of the day yesterday. According to Cage Side Sports, Ronda Rousey is definitely doing something with the WWE at some point, likely WrestleMania next year. It could be a singles match versus Charlotte. What do you think, Wrestleheads? And I posed that question. I still like my idea that I came up. 4 horsewomen of WWE, 4 horsewomen of MMA, and Survivor Series. That's money to me. Then that will set up that match that you want with Charlotte and Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. To me, that's money. People will tune in to Survivor Series. I want to see Survivor Series get back to its glory. That will put it back at its glory. You gotta face it. I know you don't like the Ronda Rousey thing, and she been getting knocked KO'd for the last couple of matches. I think it'll be good. She's coming. You know, she still has that appeal. People like her. She has some sex appeal. You know, rowdy Ronda Rousey. And then her friend, what's that? The Queen of Spades. Shayna Baszler, she was an MMA fighter, but she be on the independents too, with Shimmer. A part of the threat, the triple threat, with Mercedes.
Something they had.
Yeah.
There's something they had going on. I just don't think that a wrestler of Charlotte's caliber should have to waste their time with this. You know, Ronda Rousey's a 2-time loser. She was supposed to be the one that was carrying the MMA torch.
She was.
She was the greatest UFC
Connor,
fighter.
They put them. They put her on the map.
Hold on, she was the greatest UFC fighter.
What's the time we got?
Time. And you know, if she comes over to the WWE, she's gonna win the matches. They're gonna give her the rub. Why does Charlotte have to take that? Have her beat up someone else. Have her go head up with Lana. Why the fuck does Charlotte? Why does Charlotte have to deal with that shit?
Because it's a leader of the 4 horsewomen, leader of 4 horsewomen.
I respect that, but you know they're going to give Rousey the rub, and I just don't think that's right.
Okay, you voiced your opinion. I appreciate that.
Clip long enough. Fuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, Vince Russo. He said it's so elementary. It sounded like Vince McMahon talking about the promo. Former WWE, WCW, WWE, TNA writer.
Oh, what the fuck did he say now? Man.
During Jesus Christ. During the show, Vince Russo commented on several items, including the topic of wrestlers delivering promos, how they sound too scripted.
I was about to say, let me guess. He hates them, right?
Russo didn't call out specifically a wrestler or a wrestling company that was referring to, but he did mention how most of the WWE wrestlers sound too much like Vince McMahon while delivering promos.
And let me guess, if you hire him, he'll bring a new dynamic to their fucking promos.
Bro, let me finish, then you go.
Jesus, man.
It's so dumbed down. I tell you that it was a big advantage when we had Ed Ferrara and myself. We worked with the talent. The talent was a huge part of the process. I don't think we could have done our job well if we wasn't working hand in hand with the talent.
Let me just say this.
Every talent individual, every talent knew their character better than we did, and we gave them the freedom to go out there and get over it. It's so elementary. Every promo sounds just like Vince McMahon. The disappointment comes from the failure for them to try something new.
Can I say something now?
Go ahead.
You know, if you're trying to get a job with the WWE, this ain't how you do it. You keep saying that they're for their promos now they need you to help them with their promos and shit. This is not how you get a job, Vince Russo.
Hey, it's like Cornette said, you've been begging for a job for years.
It's like, what are you doing, man? You can't keep. God, why are you criticizing?
Well, you got to show people like. There's people out there that like this show.
I understand that, but if he really was trying to get a job back, this ain't how you do it. It's just not.
Now, I don't think nothing else happened, so we're gonna get to our Wrestleheads story of the day, and then we should be getting ready to shift into the KBs because this is gonna be a long Wrestleheads story of the day. Why wasn't the women's tournament called the Fabulous Moolah Classic? Too much scandal? Vivian, the late WWE Hall of Famer, the Fabulous Moolah, had a lot of controversy attached to her name. Wendy Richter, do you remember Wendy Richter?
Yeah, she's a Hall of Famer.
That's correct. Claimed that Moolah, Mary Ellison, did not train the wrestlers at her wrestling school. According to Richter, Ellis accepted payment of the training fee, which at the time was Richter's training was $500, and the other wrestlers within their camp, including Layla Kai, Judy Martin, Winona Littleheart, and Joyce Grable, trained the new recruits, and these women did not get paid for the additional work as trainers.
Richter, and this is back in the 80s, right?
Shit, the 70s, 80s, this
When they was paying $500 then.
that was big money back then.
Shit, yeah, it was.
Training the new recruits, and these women did not get paid for their additional work as trainers. Richter also claimed that Ellison required the women that received training at the camp to sign a contract that allowed Ellis to function as their booker and receive 25% of their booking fee.
And we wonder where the fuck Jeff Jarrett got it from.
Trainees was also required to rent a duplex of apartments on Ellis' property. She was getting their money at every fucking angle. Even, hey, you gotta live here at this apartment building. Hey, look nice. It's my property.
But you know, as they did with Glow, I can see them wanting to keep everyone together for training and stuff like that.
That is
That's understandable.
You think about it, she get 25 of their fucking money. She already paying them the fucking training. Then they gotta pay her rent for staying there. That's almost like what, 50% of their fucking money?
That's the price she paid for training, though.
Oh man.
Wendy Richter complaining?
Look, I'm not done.
Hall of Famer. Leilani Koch.
Trainees also required to rent duplexes on Ellis' property, and they was responsible for paying her rent and utilities. The training lasted 6 months and took place up to 5 hours per day inside a wrestling ring in a barn that lacks heating and air conditioning or fans. Debbie Johnson, another former trainee of Ellis, stated that she was required to give 30% of her booking fee, and the paycheck was further reduced as Ellis deducted travel expenses, food, rent, and utilities before paying her. As a result, Johnson worked for Ellis for 2 years before she received any money. 2 years.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. See, I know you're going to continue with the story, and it may sound a little harsh, but folks, you're paying your dues right now. You know, it's going to be that hard road. Because,
it's a difference of paying dues and getting...
I learned how to wrestle on a ranch in Fontana, out in the middle of nowhere. It was one of the most rough things I ever went through. But you have to go through them tough times to get to the top.
I get tough times.
And you respect the business a whole lot more
I get tough times
than other people who didn't.
And 2 years without getting a check, man?
But, okay, it's 2 years without getting a check.
That's ridiculous.
It's 2 years without getting a check. But your room, your food, your board, everything was covered. All you were free to do
She was taking their fucking money.
You was learning how to wrestle.
Oh, man. Okay.
I can understand it to an extent.
No, that's just ridiculous. Johnson stated that Ellis refused to book certain women in her training camp if they angered her, and that Ellis monitored her and refused to let her leave the physical constraints of the training unless she was accompanied by somebody else. Over the years, various females have come forward with stories accusing Ellis of being a pimp who provided various wrestler promoters with unsuspecting female wrestlers and would be used as sex objects.
Okay.
One of the most... Hold on, man.
Okay, now that's...
I gotta get through the story. Now, one of the most notorious accusations is from the family of Sweet Georgia Brown, Susie Mae McCoy. McCoy was trained and booked by Ellis, and then husband Buddy Lee told her daughter that she was often raped, given drugs, and made an addict intentionally in an intentional attempt by Ellis and Lee to control her. Ida Martinez, who wrestled during the 1960s, also recalled the many regional promoters demanding personal services before they would pay the female wrestlers. In a 2002 interview, Luna Vachon claimed that she was 16 years old and training at Ellison camp, and Ellison sent her out of state to be photographed by an older man. That also remained clothed during the photo shoot, Vachon stated that she felt taken advantage of by Ellis and the older man. Vachon also stated that her aunt Vivian Vachon witnessed Ellis abusing alcohol and having sex with her female trainees. Sandy Parker, a lesbian former pupil of Ellis, also claimed that Ellis forbade her to go to any gay bar and try to press her to date men. Parker says this enraged her because Moolah was two-faced and because she knew she had her own little dalliances that we knew about, as well as an alleged exploited female wrestler sexually. Ellis has also been accused of using her financial influence to control the women's wrestling scene and ensure that other women do not gain greater recognition. This in addition to being a key participant in the original screw job on Wendy Richter. Ellis used her influence to take the spot originally held by her protege, Mad Maxine, on the animated series Hulk Hogan Rock and Wrestling. Maxine was about to receive a big push by Vince McMahon, but she left the WWF shortly after as Ellis was unwilling to provide her with additional booking. Numerous other former trainees defected from Ellis after growing tired of sharing a paycheck with Ellis. Women wrestlers include Vivian and Luna Vachon, and Casey and Darling Dagmar moved into other regions where Ellis had less control and negotiated their own payouts with promoters. Both Judy Martin and Layla Kai told in a later interview that Moolah would collect the women's wrestlers' pay from the promoters after taking out her own pay and would only give the girls half the money that they were owed, keeping the half of the pay for herself plus her own pay. And then telling them all the promoter gave her was this, or gave it to them. Martin stated that shortly before Ellis left the WWF in 1988, shortly after falling out with Martin and Kai due to Ellis no longer receiving their bookings, she sabotaged the duo while they was touring in Japan. Martin stated that Ellis contacted Japanese promoters and informed them that Jumpin' Bomb Angels was supposed to drop the WWF Women's Tag Team Championship to the Glamour Girl before Martin and Kai returned to the United States. This was contrary to the booking decision made by Pat Patterson before the Japanese tour. Unable to reach Patterson by telephone, Kai and Martin agreed to win the titles from the Angels since Ellis had already misinformed the Japanese promoters. Martin stated that upon returning to the United States, Patterson was angry with them and confirmed that nobody within the WWF made the decision for the title change due to the long-standing relationship within the company, that the WWF refused to listen to their explanation of Ellis' deceit, and shortly thereafter, the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship was phased out. In a later shoot interview, Layla Kai told that had things gone in the WWE as originally planned, the Glamour Girls would have had a title match versus Jumpin' Bomb Angels at WrestleMania 4. And Ellis' actions cost the four girls, which would have been eventually their biggest payday. And that's the Fabulous Moolah.
It doesn't surprise me, you know what I mean? That you know,
That's cold-blooded.
It's tough to be on top for so long and everybody wondered why she did it. The only thing I didn't, I mean, a lot of that shit, hey, tough shit. You dealt with it, you chose to deal with it. The only thing I can't get on board with is forcing women to do sexual favors, of course, and, you know, telling women they got to do this with the promoters to get somewhere. And, you know, that's wrong. And, it, you know, I'm not much for the bras that burn their bras all the time and shit, because, you know, they cry they were fucking superior to me and stuff. And, you know, that stuff I understand. We're going to always go back and forth about it. There's stuff that women can do that we can and vice versa. But nobody, man or woman.
That's scumbag.
Yeah. Nobody, man or woman, should be forced to do anything sexual or anything that makes them feel uncomfortable, inhuman.
You think about it,
that's wrong.
She was doing all that stuff and taking their money.
Because I think about what Pat Patterson was doing all those men.
Jesus Christ.
And that's why it was probably okay for Fabulous Moolah to function, because they both probably had a working relationship with you
missing that, you talk about Pat Patterson, this lady was worse than Pat Patterson.
Of course she was.
She was way worse. Pat Patterson had a dot here, dot here, dot here.
The question
she had a scheme, a pyramid, you could say a pyramid scheme.
The question is though, how come this hasn't come out before? How come this wasn't exposed?
Because you got somebody that's protecting It's the old guard. They want to protect the old guard. That's what that is. So moving on from that.
That's a terrible.
Real quick, the WWE listed 20 underrated stars and Attitude Era stars. What do you think of this list? Do you agree with this? Number 1, Steve Blackman. 2, Ivory. 3, D'Lo Brown. 4, The Cat. 5, Val Venus. 6, Black Bossman. 2 Cool. Dean Malenko. Ken Shamrock. Dan Severn. Molly Holly. Goldust. Tess. Southern Justice. Gangrel. The Jackal.
Who fought the
Kaientai.
Southern Justice?
I think, was it the Goblins? I think it was Goblins.
Okay.
The Jackal, Kaientai, Al Snow, Farouk, and Steve Richards.
Underrated.
Yeah, that was them. That's when motherfucking Colonel Rob Parker came over there. It was the Goblins, and they, see right there, that's when they dressed up in their goddamn suits. And they're looking like gangsters.
I got no problem with that list. They were all underrated.
Blackman was cool. Ivory was great. D'Lo Brown, until he broke old boy's neck, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
The Cat, I didn't care for. Val Venus was greatly underappreciated. Great gimmick. It got him over, but it got lost how really good of a wrestler he was. And that's sad. Of course, the Big Boss Man, he's a Hall of Famer. I don't consider him underrated because he was great. You got Too Cool, yeah, I can say that. Dean Malenko, yeah. Ken Shamrock, one of the first MMA people to come over, and he was highly successful there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he changed the tone. It started when he came in that match with Stone Cold and Bret Hart, that submission match, and he went forward. And I mean, Ken Shamrock was a tough son of a bitch. He took that chair shot straight up.
He had to be to take them chair shots without putting his hand there.
He took that shit straight up.
Smarter done.
The world's dangerous man. Dan Severn was great. He never got a good start. He got hurt when he got to the WWE. Molly Holly, great wrestler. Great wrestler. Goldust. Hall of Famer, no doubt. Tess, yes, I agree with that. Tess was underrated. He got lost in that Stephanie because he used to bang Stephanie McMahon, and you know how that goes. Southern Justice.
Good old Andrew.
Southern Justice, yes. The Godwins, they should be in the Hall of Fame one day. From they work in WCW, when they was text slashing their Shanghai peers, to the Godwins, to Southern Justice, yes. I agree with that. Jackal, great talker. Wrestling, I could care less about. Talker, great. Kaientai, yeah. Most of them, Funaki and all them. What was that, Dick Togo? I'm trying to remember all of them. Taka Michinoko, it's one more. I can't.
Chop your pee-pee.
Al Snow, yeah. His heyday, ECW. What is everybody?
You know, life is like an Al Snow match.
Absolutely.
Long and boring.
Farouk, I don't consider him underrated because he was the first black WCW champion, Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
multi-time tag team champion. He should go. He gonna go in the Hall of Fame twice for the APA.
Yeah.
That's gonna get him in there again. And Steven Richards, yeah. Steven Richards was really underrated.
He really came out on that right to censor.
Yeah, because he led. So, and then the last thing I'll say on here was Bruce Pritchard revealed plans for WrestleMania 12 that feature OJ Simpson with the juice getting out. Now, in addition to his podcast, former WWE writer Bruce Pritchard revealed at one point that they have pitched the idea of wrestling legend to face the recently acquitted OJ Simpson when he got out. That's why you seen that Bronco. And according to Pritchard, the plan was for Piper to beat the shit out of Simpson as a way for him to get his comeuppance, especially for those who believe he was guilty, which apparently the whole nation still thinks he's guilty. Piper was on board with the idea, and the company began preliminary talks with Simpson's people. But however, the backlash was too strong, and many claimed that the company would never get another sponsor again, and Angle would drop. I don't know why I think that would have worked.
That would have been really fucking stupid for OJ to do that.
Yeah, of course.
Let Piper beat your ass.
I mean, to me, it handed it right. He went against Goldust, and I mean,
did you see the way he whooped Goldust's ass?
He was actually punching Goldust. That means OJ would have had to take a punch.
Yeah, and I don't think the Juice would have. I don't think the Juice would have took too kind of that.
If he would have hit it, I would have been scared for Piper because I think he would have knocked Piper ass out.
He would have had every right.
Okay.
And that was stupid to ever come up with that storyline. About as dumb as Bruce Pritchard sitting over there keeping score on that Grand Prix shit.
Former WCW magazine editor Kevin Eck also noted the creative team member Vince Russo had also pitched an idea involving O.J. Simpson, seeing the infamous football star appear on the live pay-per-view, you seen him take a polygraph test. And that rounds up news and notes.
I swear.
So
what is wrong with these people?
That's Vince Russo. That's Mr. Bright. That was his idea back in the day.
Why would you want OJ to come on wrestling and take a polygraph test? There's a reason why McMahon's there to go, no, that's really fucking stupid.
Pretty much.
So
Just think, if he was running WCW back then, he would have probably tried to do
shit,
it.
but you remember Russo only lasted about 9 months, less than 9 months, and he was gone. It was short. It was short term.
They would have had fucking Glacier giving him the fucking polygraph test. Double looked over by Norman Smiley.
The big wiggle.
Jeez.
All right. What's your kitchen, bitch? Or you want me to go first?
I think I've expressed my kitchen bitch all throughout the show. I just want to hear what you got to say.
Okay. I already said it. My kitchen bitch is Jeff Jarrett and TNA. I'm sorry. I explained. Yeah, the Mr. Kurt Angle go bust his ass out there and he goes nail his wife and end up marrying her. Nobody seen him coming and being a snake because they figured he was cool because his wife died of cancer and nobody was going to pay attention to that. That's how he did that sneaky shit. Now, with that being said, you got Mr. want to take 10% of people's bookings and then take 100% of their t-shirts and shit. Which I know he only doing that on the lower people because ain't no Rey Mysterio, ain't nobody like that go come in there and you go tell them like, yeah, I'm getting 100. And they looking at you like, you know how much merch I'm bringing in? So you saying I'm not getting nothing? Mm-hmm. They looking at him stupid.
But you'll pull that shit on Quita.
Then it's not only that. In this time while we was gone, I think we might have touched on the last episode, but I'm gonna reiterate it. They had a deal in place for the broken characters, where they was gonna pay him. The Hardy family was gonna pay TNA or Golden Force or whatever the fuck they call it, so a nice little chunk for them to use it, so they get this lawsuit over with, because they want to get started and using it. Then the deal's laid out. They even had a $5,000 kicker in there for Rebby Harley, because you remember she made that fuck the aisle thing, which was globally successful. Now, they had the deal laid out. Last minute, they come back like, you know what? That's not enough for us. We want 50% of Jeff Hardy's music. We want 50% of his art that he makes.
He's got to be earning, what, $25 a week?
People buy shit. It's more than
Okay, $2,500.
The point is, how can you ask for somebody's music that you're not going to help them make?
You have nothing to do with it. You just want something with the proceeds. Selfish, stupid, and stingy.
And his art, like, he was doing this shit before he got to TNA.
Didn't know there was art galleries opening up with his shit in there.
Yeah,
that belt was atrocious.
Yeah.
When he created that world title, that was some of the worst art that I ever saw.
I can agree with that. I was knocking that damn belt. I said the Divas title looked better than that shit. And it was the truth, and it's still the truth to this day. And I'm like, how you cock-sucking, scum-sucking son of a bitch can sit there and do that? You and that Ed Northman, like, dude, how's you sitting there? The reason why these kids gotta go out there, do the independent, because you don't pay them enough. Then you like, hey, we want that money that you're trying to, and most of these people got families.
There's just not enough to go around.
Then they wonder why nobody will come over there. Then they wonder why people are sitting there like, I'm not going there, I'm going to Ring of Honor. Because people can go do Ring of Honor, they can go to New Japan, and you ain't got to worry about a promotion trying to take money out of your pocket. They put money in your pocket. And then they still get to do the promotion. Hell, case in point, like Cody Rhodes said, I make more money doing the independent stuff like how I'm doing it right now than I was in the WWE. And he said that was at his best. That lets you know, with them getting to do all that stuff, the money's high. It's real high. And I'm like, I can't believe a bastard like Jeff Jarrett is sitting here and they think that shit is cool. It's like, you want to make money off of people's work. How about you get smart and turn that company and fuck around? How about you do something, Jeff, try something new. Run a successful company. You know? Something new. Because I think you can't even, you can't even wipe Dixie Carter's ass. You know it's a dark day when WWE fuck with Dixie Carter and don't fuck with Jeff Jarrett.
It's a tough situation, my friend.
Jeff Jarrett, you a forever kitchen bitch for that. People trying to make a fucking living and you want to take their fucking money. You gotta be ashamed of yourself, you rat bastard.
I was saying Jeff Jarrett's defense, though.
It ain't no fucking defense.
I would say that if he didn't have to do it, he probably wouldn't have to. He wouldn't do it.
Why would you do that?
Because he probably ain't got no choice. Because
it is a choice.
No, they're probably hanging on by a thread to stay on TV in the first place.
Shut.
And I'm sure this whole
I
thing
can honestly say, like, if you ask these people for 50%, I wouldn't even trip. I wouldn't even trip. I'm like, okay, that's fair. Half and half. You go in there, they giving you TV exposure. I don't even trip on that. But then you want 100%? Then, hey, 100% of their shit ain't enough. You want 10% of their outside shit?
Well, maybe they're not selling a lot. So
that is not their problem.
So that's why they got to give them 100%.
That is not on the talent.
Because they only selling like 10 shirts a day or
That's
something.
not on the talent. No, they be selling that shit. What's his name came back?
Who?
Down West. He running their shit again.
I wouldn't fucking pay anything out of my wallet for TNA.
That's you.
How many people out there feel
That's
the same
you. Other
way?
people like their shit.
There's only a few people out there that's dumb enough to get that
'Cause you think about
tattoo
it.
on their arm that says "cross the line."
Oh God, let that shit go. Look, at the end of the day, the Hardys did
How stupid
the
was
Hardys
that?
got TNA back in the shit. That's why they know how valuable that shit is. That's why they want to sit there. And I'm like, I don't understand how you got Northam and Jeff Jarrett when the Hardys was there. They wasn't even in the fucking company. Jeff Jarrett was passing by, and I give Jeff Jarrett, you fucking son of a bitch, I give you this one thing. You said you gonna get Golden Force off the ground. Yeah, you had to fucking erase TNA's name and put that shit on top of it. Not like you went out there and had a successful company. And you know the other fucking funny thing I seen? They having an anthology of the Global Force shit.
Already?
Anthology of what though?
They fucking shit, they matches they film.
At the casino?
Yeah, at the casino. All the shit they film. The baseball parks, the fucking shit. I'm like, I didn't think they did enough shit for an anthology.
Now you know where the 100% of the proceeds is going.
And then lastly, for Jeff Jarrett, fuck you. That's just it. End of that. One more thing. This OJ shit, I swear, it's irritating. I know people don't like OJ. I know everybody think he did it. But I ain't never seen the vitriol that people have for OJ. But it's okay with you with these cops that kill people and they get away with it and they on fucking tape shooting down people. On tape shooting down people. But nobody brings that up. What's that fucking George Zimmerman? That son of a bitch. You know he fucking killed that kid, Trayvon Martin. You know it. But nobody
still hate OJ.
Nobody bothering him. He's getting to live a peaceful life. And where Trayvon Martin at? In some fucking grave somewhere.
Yep.
I'm sorry, man. The shit's ridiculous. The shit's ridiculous. And I just couldn't take it no more. I'm like, you sitting there vilified, he got off. And if it was anybody else, they would say they got off, they're innocent. Nothing. Even though you got a tape of him mowing down somebody.
Yep. Let him live his life. But since it's OJ, you're going to always cry and scream.
Think about it.
Guilty.
OJ got 9 years for something they probably wouldn't have gave somebody else.
The dude
time.
that went into the hotel room with the gun only got probation. The motherfucker that had the lethal weapon that could kill somebody got probation. OJ got tagged with 9 fucking years. Kidnapping.
What's that almost strong arm robbery?
Kidnapping,
assault, robbery.
extortion, some other shit.
They went in there and you heard the story. They went in there and told him that was pictures of his kids. It was pictures of him
He
and his
went in there trying to get his own shit back.
old shit. He didn't care about the footballs and stuff like that. It's his signature. It's in his hand. He can sit there sign some other shit.
They looked at it as an opportunity to get back to him because of that shit that happened in the 90s, which is totally against the law because after he was found innocent, it is not supposed to be no quarrel brought up to that
and
at
I'm
all.
sorry, this
And everyone,
we might lose some people, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this.
But
shit.
these sports radio shows and all this other shit, all week, everyone treating OJ like he guilty and shit. If you weren't fucking there, then don't fucking sit up here and give me that bullshit.
It's not even that, man. You got Ron Goldman's dad.
Oh.
You got his dad coming on there. sitting there talking all this stuff. Dude, you wasn't even fucking talking to your son. Not taking away, I'm not saying you lost a child is fucked up. I understand that shit. But I'm like, don't give me this I'm a dude and dad bullshit. Like, you wasn't even talking to your son. And I mean, you got the Nicole Simpson family, like, you sit here, y'all fucking pumped OJ for money. Nobody talks about how she had a drug problem. Nicole Simpson. Which, me personally, I think that got her killed. She had a bad one. Nobody talks about how OJ kept paying her shit off. Yes, OJ is a fucking violent son of a bitch. I'm not examining of the women beating. That's wrong. That was wrong for me. But I'm like sitting here, it's like everybody else in this shit done dirt too. They shit get swept under the rug. OJ's getting highlighted.
And I'm telling you, they treat OJ worse than they treat fucking terrorists. They really do.
And
like, you realize OJ is now a part of the conversation that you can't even bring up with people?
Yeah.
Like politics? He's now in that fucking category. Because there's so many people, both black and white, that hate him and don't even know why the fuck they hate him.
And this is the shit I don't understand. I'm like,
Fucking stupid.
we felt like he did it. We felt like he got away with it. Okay. What about the other people? See, I believe in fairness. Like, if they were sitting there talking about everybody else who got away with something, so to speak,
Robert
then
Blake?
shit, is he dead? I don't know. Because you don't hear nothing about it.
He's able to live his life peacefully.
All the other people that got away with stuff, what's that? Roman Polanski was raping little girls. He ran over to another country. I think he barely died, what, a couple of years ago?
That's the dude who made the pianist, right?
No, that's not him. That's somebody else. He made some other movies. But
Listen,
he got away with, and nobody said nothing. It's okay. But not OJ. Now, let's sit there and come to another question. Is it about color?
To a lot of people, it is about color.
Because I noticed Caucasian people get away with
Stardom.
Huh?
It's not color. It's stardom. That's it.
I don't know.
Stardom. He got famous because of that OJ Simpson trial. He got famous about that.
No,
He's
brother,
famous.
he got famous because he was a dynamic football player.
That's why.
But see,
the system
you
wanted
gotta
it.
remember. You gotta remember,
No
Fonzo.
one says nothing about the Giants kicker who fucking beats and brutalizes his wife.
And NFL people knew about
That
it.
shit swept under the rug, but they still can't stop talking about Michael Vick. They can't stop talking about Colin Kaepernick. They can't stop talking about OJ
He was at the
Simpson.
Pro Bowl beating his wife, where the NFL security they stopped him. No, they wouldn't move his wife to another hotel because he was beating her so bad.
He needs help.
The Giants owner, John Mara.
Kaepernick can't get a job, and he didn't do shit.
John Mara. Which that they all
He's just a
connected.
do
bad
shit.
football player.
When they connected to the
Yeah, he's
Mara
so
Ruder
bad
family.
we went to the Super Bowl with him.
And
3 straight NFC Championship games.
and
He had a bad season. Then last year he had a good season.
Ryan Fitzpatrick got a
back.
job.
Yeah. A lot of
Geno
people-
Smith got a
A lot of
job.
people got a job. See, the thing what people got to sit here and talk about, you got to realize a lot of things come
Warner
with
got a
color.
job.
It's nice. I wish we could live in this world where
everything's
there was no color lines and anything like that. But
It's always going to be that issue. The issue's always going to be there.
it's
And don't give me that black people need to get over shit.
One of my
Fuck
personal
you.
sayings, I tell the people,
I'll get over
it's
it when we
one
start
thing to
getting
lie to
treated
me,
fairly.
but don't lie to yourself. And I don't lie to myself. It is about color. It is. Everything is racial.
People ain't
What
OJ
people
because he
don't
black.
people
It's
don't
plain and
realize the
simple.
simplest things is racial.
If OJ was white, it'd be a totally different story.
And this is the thing about it. You look at OJ. The black people shunned him because he shunned us.
Yep.
And that's the thing about it.
Yep.
And I think, and honestly, the stuff that people don't talk about, here's a negative for OJ. With that, the black people backed him during that time when them cops on tape, remember, this was the first big thing of tape, was filmed beating Rodney King, and the cops got away with it. They acquitted him. They acquitted the cops and it's on tape. Anybody else, if I would go out there and do something to somebody that had me on tape, they slammed the book on my ass.
okay. You won the trial, right?
You got a settlement.
Okay. What did you do with the settlement, guys?
I don't know.
Killed himself.
At my old job, I did watch him a few times.
Yeah, when we worked up there at the hospital, we used to see Rodney King all the time. And you got to think about it. That beating might have put him on a collision course. You never know. You got to, I mean, you might not like to hear that.
That's life-changing shit.
Yeah. You think somebody beating you from an inch of your life.
On TV.
This
on
close.
Video.
And not only that, you living through it every day. Your family living through it every day. To wrap this shit up, man.
We got to get better.
Yeah. This has been a long show. And I hope the world, which...
I need some fucking Beano or some fucking Gas X.
Yeah, you need to do something about that.
It's just,
I wish the world could get better. I wish everything wasn't so racial.
That
But
shit,
it
that
is,
shit stunk
man.
up the whole studio.
But it is.
And we got 2 open doors.
And a fan
loose out here too.
Yeah, I heard you.
I
You backfired
I truly hope things get better for people. But it's like I believe in fairness. I truly do.
You was
And I'm like,
backfiring
if you're
at
gonna go after the juice, go after everybody else. Go after all the other people that got away with murder. That difference is they on tape killing people. Go after them.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them that they forever not innocent.
That
You
shit,
know,
that
mess
shit in
with they-
Minnesota is horrendous.
Mess with their families. It's not only Minnesota, it's New York. It's been everywhere. It's an epidemic. This is why Colin Kaepernick did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, they talk about he can't get a job because he was a bad quarterback. Last time I checked his stats, he was 16-4. With 16 before me, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think he threw at least 20 or 30, and he still got a job. So that tells me it's about his stand. And I hope things can get better. I'm not expecting to because I'm realistic. I am. It's real life. So to end this show, everybody need to worry about their own backyard. And they make it. Everybody keep bringing up this OJ thing. They making it big instead of just letting it go. Let that man live out how many years you got.
I mean, he already 70, bro.
You got 9 years. You got 9 years. Take your victory.
Leave him alone.
Leave him alone. Stop talking about it. Let him go into obscurity so we don't talk about this no more. Until the next racial problem comes up.
Probably be tomorrow.
Chuck Jones over there. I'm Randy Dixon. I don't know what pay-per-view's next.
SummerSlam.
No, that's on the 20th. Ain't nothing before it?
No.
You gotta set up everything for SummerSlam.
So yeah, I don't know if we probably make a show before SummerSlam. We should.
We'll see.
Yeah. And we'll see you there.
Oh, and one more thing before we go too.
What is that?
Folks, I'm not really the sensitive type. So even I gotta say this. We here at Wrestleheads care about people, and we truly hate to see some of the tragedies that we are seeing. If you or your friends or anyone you know is in crisis, please seek help. Please don't give up. Please don't commit suicide. If you need something to talk to, you can message us on our Facebook page, on Instagram.
When I put up that post for the guy from Lincoln Park, it was a suicide. I put the suicide number
Yeah,
up there.
I mean, anybody that's not feeling good and feeling like everything's against you, you're not by yourself.
Talk to people.
Talk, let it out. You know, even if it's just a simple conversation over a cup of coffee.
There's nothing that bad where you have to sit there and kill yourself.
Please,
There's
just
nothing that bad.
seek help.
A lot of people don't realize they have more support than they realize.
You're not in.
It just what?
You're not in.
Oh no, I don't need to be in shot.
Okay.
You can hear my voice.
Yeah,
Just-
that's really.
Just don't do that. Lately we've been losing a lot of great musicians
Yes.
to that, and it's ridiculous. Like,
yes.
there's enough people in this world dying. There's enough problems as we sat here and just highlighted right now that's going on in this world. You don't need good people. And that guy from Lincoln Park, he had what, 5 kids?
Chester Bennington.
Yeah, he had kids, huh?
Yeah, man. Chris Cornell had for kids and families and
Well,
stuff.
Cornell had what, 5, 6 kids?
Yeah,
I think-
I don't know.
I
the
think they
exact
had like
number,
a
but,
lot of kids, and I'm like, you think about it, they goddamn daddy gone.
Like, if you guys going through anything,
They don't realize. People
reach
don't realize.
out, talk to someone, please.
In life, every reaction, it's a chain reaction. With you killing yourself, now you done left your kids without a damn daddy. Which that might make them feel some type of way. Which you might put them on a fucking path. Please, people, think about these things.
Get some help.
Being a parent, living in this world is so fucking important and serious. Do not give up. It's easy. People don't realize the hard thing is to live in this world. The easy way is to check out. You shouldn't worry. Everybody's going to have their time when they pass. This world is constantly recycling. There's going to be a time where me and this guy's going to be dead. And the guy behind the camera going to be dead. I hope it don't be for... I'll take another 40 years. You know? I want to see my kids have grandkids.
I'm living with my bags packed.
Yeah. And to wrap up...
Ooh, that gas is terrible.
Jesus Christ. To wrap up Wrestleheads, we will see you in a few weeks. And we out.